Yeah. So, hi. I have to run out really quick. What? Big Air thinks I need him. And as you can see, there's a standoff. Oh, to you too. I'm just running out really quick. I need to pick up the house. Why? Oh, I was like, why is my car not there? What? All he's doing is yawning at this point. Hold on. Oh, now you want to ignore me, as you can see. Yeah, it needs to be clean. I went looking for my purse and then realized I don't believe my purse is in this house. Not the smartest idea. Did you want to go bye-bye? No, you don't. You have a cow every time I take you. Okay, the 2 times I've taken you home for the first time and then to the doctor. So we're gonna go see for sure if my purse is in the car. I know I picked up my crocheting, and so today is a free day. Yeah, it's in there. And so I'm not having to babysit today. So I figured, why not work on the stuff that needs to be worked on? And hold on. No. I don't like twist, and then when I need to, it's so far down on the screw or whatever you want to mount that it takes a few minutes for it to be taken off. Okay, so paid all my bills, took care of all of that. This adulting is not easy. My purse. I need to get Joni her paperwork.
You've ever gone?
I don't want my arrow. It's not that one. Oh. So my camera got replaced yesterday, as I was telling you guys. The guy was really nice. He's like, well, since the middleman's out of the picture, you need to know your camera's warranted for life. He goes, even if it's 40 years down the road. He goes, and you want to pull it out? I charge for that, but I'll pull it out. And I was like, okay. I guess it's a good thing we kept the old one. The old mirror. And so far so good, but I haven't had to back up but a few times. And so it's come on every time. He said the way I described it with the light flashing on the mirror, that's what it sounded like, is it was the mirror's issue. Which, it was just good to be, validated. And he was like, I am so sorry. They never once said anything to me. He goes, but the service manager was fired because it sounds like he's been doing a lot of this. He goes, it's not very comforting, but you weren't the only one he was kind of screwing over. And so, and it isn't the first time. Because there were like other little things that were being done. Am I the only parent that sees like children who look like they should be in school and you just want to go, why are you not in school? Or maybe I'm just nosy and bossy. So yeah. Joni and her mom went over to Kmart. I need to eventually points and credits. I need to eventually get over there and use them. So I found out their final day is next month on the 5th. And every time I go in, I accumulate more points because I just don't do the amount of the points, which I need to do. But there's like stuff we need, like the last time I went, I had like $27 or $22 in points, or in cash. My points equaled up to $22 and some change. And well, I asked Anthony, I said, hey, we're gonna go head over there. What do we need? And then I was like, we need deodorant for the boys in the house and him. He goes, yeah, I'm getting pretty low too. And Xander, God love him, but that kid is puberfied. And so he's odoriferous. Love him. But the other day, and my father used to do this to me. He lifted his arm, and I was like, dude, put it down, the war is over. I was like, you're making my eyes water. And we just have to tell him, Xander, you smell bad. Go put on deodorant. Go take a shower, put on deodorant. We tell him, when you get out of the shower, put on deodorant. But I don't know what it is about them. They don't care to put on deodorant. They don't care to shower enough for me. I do it every day. I don't know if that's necessarily bad or good for your skin kind of situation. But it is what it is kind of situation. Just went brain dead. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah. I don't know why, I just kind of like, I hate that. I just kind of just lost everything I was thinking. I haven't eaten, I haven't had anything to drink this morning, and we'll just chalk it up to that's the problem. So, I don't know what it is about the kids. I do it every day. Maybe that's where we were. Maybe that's not so good for my skin, but I'm not having any problems with that, thank goodness. But I do change my soaps depending on the season. Like in the colder months, I'll use something that has more like moisturizer in it, and then in the summer I use something that doesn't contain moisturizer at all. And once I started doing that, I was having better luck with my skin, and the boys use whatever they want, and honestly, I really don't care. It's whatever they want to use. Anthony will use things like, he'll pull it out and go, okay, does this smell good to you? And I was like, yeah, it smells fine. And then there's been a couple, and I'm like, ew, this one smells like BO to me. It was a cream and red lid, cream bottle, red lid, and it was Old Spice, some of their new stuff. And I bought it because I was like, dude, this smells like BO. And so I was at the store, and I was like, hey, smell this. I wasn't alone. That sounded really weird. That wasn't a random stranger. And I was like, does this smell like BO to you? And they're like, yeah, it does. The truck is really loud. And so, yeah, I was like, okay, at least I'm not the only one. to, you know, get my eggs from my chickens, because the price of eggs varies. So we usually buy them in 5 dozen, unless Safeway every once in a while has, like, you know, a dozen for 99 cents, and that is cheaper. Well, usually I pay, when I started buying them, I was paying $5.99 for 5 dozen, which is excellent. Then it's gone as high as $14.99, and that was at Walmart. And so I went over to Safeway, and they had it for like $9.99, which is still, I don't know if that's really necessarily good, but for me, it was good. Anything's better than almost $15 for 5 dozen eggs. I swear I could have gone to one of the people, because we have those, you know, randomly throughout the towns and stuff, that who have eggs. There's actually one just a couple blocks from me. And so next time we went to Walmart, they had dropped them down, so they vary between $6.99 and $8.99. But I'd like to do that. Now, past that, yes, I could get a cow, raise it, and I could cut it myself. I don't want to, and I hear it's really not that expensive. But that is definitely, my cousins had 2 cows. The truck behind me almost hit me. What is it with my car that nobody can see? Or is it like the equivalent in school where someone walks up and just, you know, pats you on the back and you have a note on me, kicked me? Anyway, so they ended up having to go get a new freezer when their meat came in after the cows were slaughtered and stuff. I think they had 2 cows on the property, 1 cow was theirs. And so, and they said it wasn't fairly expensive to get the cow slaughtered and cut up and what have you. And, you know, the price of pork, I wonder sometimes, should I raise my own pig kind of situation. But I want that cute little, you know, chicken coop and what have you. What is with this area? And there's always a cop pulling someone over on this stretch of highway within like 2 miles. Oh wow, that house is gone. So they're doing a fire drill with the fire department, obviously, and Anthony works up on the hill so he can see down to it. And he was like, there's black smoke and blah blah blah. He's like, it looks like either it's the bank or the motel. And so I was like, okay. He's like, get on Facebook and see what you can find. I was like, all right. And I can see it right now. So I couldn't find it at first, and someone thought it was like at Shopco, which is now closed, and I was like, go figure. Right as they were the last 2 weeks or something of getting rid of everything, they had people literally busting out the doors at the front. And so they think with BBs, and I was like, you know, that's just bullshit. And so someone had posted, and the way it looked fairly close. And then I said, my husband says it's down towards the highway. but they can't really tell. He said either bank or hotel area, and it's more towards the hotel area, so that would explain the way he did see it. That doesn't really need to sit in my lap. The house is gone. And so, what did they? Someone said the sportsman was firing up a grill, and I was like, "Oh, that's funny," but I just saw it, and it's gone. So fun stuff. I am drawing a blank at this point. So Anthony and I had a discussion about the cleanliness of our house, and he goes, "You only get on to me," and I was like, "You don't listen to me." And there's been a few times, like as of recently, I'm like, blah 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 blah, Anthony, and he's like, I was like, "Well," he goes, "I don't know what you said," and he laughed. And then I ended up that night saying it 3 more times. And I was like, "How about you pause the TV?" He is very fixated when something's on. The boys, actually all 3 kids are the same way. They can't pay attention to more than one thing. If something's running in the background, and then it's weird because I'm not that way, and so it definitely confuses me. What is today? Thursday? It's double punch day. So anyway, the other day I was helping someone with some papers, legal papers, so I have to pay attention. And they have a younger kid, and they were on the phone. It was loud. She was making noises, the whole 9. So, a situation where you shouldn't be able to pay attention, and I was easily focused on everything. I couldn't tell you what the little kid was watching, but there were 2 other people off to the side. I could tell you their conversation, the conversation that was in front of me, and me reading the papers. And it's just the papers are, I hate legal papers. And it's kind of it brings you back to what happened recently when Connor went to counseling. She asked him the same question 3 different ways. There was going to be a different answer. And it was just really weird. She asked if he had depression. He said, "No, I'm not depressed." And then she asked later, in the last 2 months, "How many times have you been depressed?" It's like she didn't believe him. And I was like, and he actually got pretty annoyed by the situation. I was like, "I'm sorry, bud." And she's fairly new, so we don't know her very well. And I don't think she's been there too long, but I don't know. As soon as I put it in neutral, we get to move again. Well, some of us. This GMC does not want to. I am pooped. No wonder I couldn't find my camera. It was in my purse. See? Now I feel bad. Because I was so gonna blame my husband. Hi.
Your yogi?
Yeah, extra
Still
peanut butter. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I'm one of those. But when you do, you have good products. And that's the one thing I like about here, is the fact that they use real stuff. Like a few times I went to Dutch Bros and I had taken someone else there. I have a card missing. Do I have a card missing? That card's back there. I do not have a card missing. I had taken one of my friends here and then it was too late and she wanted a chai. And I was like, well, I'm at Dutch Bros, but I'll take you if you want to. She goes, I need coffee. And, so, we went, and I said, hey, can you do this? And I said, the peanut butter chai, chocolate peanut butter chai. And they said, yes. They don't blend there. Everything's, like, pre-done, kind of like a slushy machine. So their stuff comes out pre-frozen and mixed up, and they just mix in the mixings. Well, when she got it, it was like uber gross, like to the point where you could taste the fakeness in it. And she said, yeah, that's not good. And here, they use real peanut butter. You want chocolate, there's real chocolate in it. It's not that stuff that, is it Divini? They make the flavorings. We have some. We have quite a few, but the supply is dwindling, which we've had over a year now. But we get the, like, watermelon, what was the one, weird one? Anthony got B52, strawberry, peach. I like to mix in the peach with my 7-Up, but you can make Italian sodas with it. And so we keep it on hand along with the seltzer water. And the kids just, they love it. And so it's all that matters to me. And they have sugar-free, which is good. And then I buy a big tub. So I've made these. I don't care for them. But Anthony and Joni seem to like them. I literally pulled out my credit card, but not my card, a stamp card. Kind of need that. Anyway, for once I'm going to end our vlog. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.